close friends. There's so many people here. It's just pretty amazing. So a couple of logistical things. If you haven't seen the cake, you might want to get up and take a quick look. We're going to cut it shortly. And I'm going to give you about 10 minutes or so. If there's any more room in the shade, you might want to move up before we start the festivities up here. And I think that's about it for that. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about Jeff. Some of you I've chatted with here and there over the year. It's been an amazing year of growth and struggle and sadness and joy, all those things mixed together. And I have to admit, it's something I've told a few people, but I'm going to tell you all because I think it's just so amazing to me. And hopefully I won't cry. But I have learned more about my husband since he's been gone than I knew before. And I had the enlightenment recently that it was because I only saw him through my eyes. And now, over the year, I've seen him through so many of your eyes, your heart, and it's an amazing thing. He was a unique individual. There are people here that know one side of him and not the other, and vice versa. He was pretty special, though, all the way around. He had a big heart. So I just want to sort of paraphrase and read a short little something that I did because I know others of you are going to share, and I would rather listen to you than listen to myself. So we know, and excuse me for reading, and plus I didn't put my glasses on. So Jeff knew a lot of people and was touched by a lot of people, and he gave his love to so many people. And those that he loved, but he couldn't help, he gave to the Lord. He gave to God. He let God work with them, and there's been so many wonderful stories and blessings that came from that. He struggled with his past, with his demons, his pains, his memories, things that continued to haunt him. But he struggled to overcome all that, always wanting to be better than who he was, and it was such a struggle for him. But we worked through that together. We prayed, we listened, we waited, and that's how we got through so many things in our life together. So I just wanted to say that, we all have a deeper self that yearns to become more of the goodness that we all have in our hearts. Sometimes we think about it and we don't live it. But I want to say that, in spite of the distractions of the world, of our lives, all the things, there is something more for us, and sometimes, we just come to a fork in the road that leads to hope and light and peace, and I wish that on all of you. And sometimes it takes something like COVID or a death, like it did for me, to stop me in my tracks and realize the rat race I was living for so many years with work and deadlines and travel. And so COVID had a silver lining for me. Yes, Jeff died, there were so many things, but it's truly been a year of growth, of really blessed growth. So when Jeff passed last year, I wrote just a few snippets of things for our pastor to share with our congregation, and I'm just going to read just a bit of that before I finish. In it, I said, Jeff needed love and encouragement every day, and you guys out there that worked with him, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for as much as he needed it, he gave much more to many. He was truly a man of God's heart, in spite of his struggles and imperfections. He didn't keep that love hidden, and he didn't always speak it in a polished manner. For those of you that knew him, the Lord only knows what would come out of his mouth. It could be a stupid joke, it could be a hug, a smile, whatever. But most of all, he talked and encouraged everyone he came in contact with. He just plain gave that love away to whoever needed it. He didn't keep it hidden. And so that's what I want to leave everyone with as I close, is that we all have so much inside of us, so much love inside of us that needs to be shared. Love was never, ever meant to be hidden. And our lives are short. And what do we have to leave behind in memories, especially to our children, our grandchildren, our dear friends? So I just encourage you today and always just to share your love. It's always such a good feeling, and it only grows more love. So with that, I'd like to invite our discipleship leader from my church, The Rock in Seal Beach, and that would be Mark Zarate. He's going to open in prayer, and then that will be followed by a worship song by Brian Parrish, and my nephew, Brandon Baker, will accompany. So relax and enjoy.